The bans for this match are King Joao banning the Balloon and Pompeyo banning the Elixir Collector. So here we go, game number 1 between Pompeyo and King Joao. King Joao is known as the BM King of the Latin American region, and Pompeyo is probably one of the most respected pros in the Latin American region. As you can see, the viewers are just rolling in for Pompeyo. The confetti is flying on his side of the arena, and Pompeyo is looking like he might have some sort of golem deck. Even though Pump is banned in this matchup, Pompeyo still might opt to be running golem. The cannon cart is a decent giveaway. Maybe it's graveyard as well from Pompeyo, but I definitely think King Joao has a graveyard deck. So Poison's going to go down onto the Electro Wizard and get some serious value from Pompeyo. King Joao dropping the Crying Face, knowing he's in a little bit of trouble with the poison value that Pompeyo can get between the Furnace and the Electro Wizard. Executioner is going to come down on the left-hand side. Executioner does a pretty decent job against Furnace. Can take down the Fire Spirits and even clip onto the Furnace Tower itself. But the P.E.K.K.A is going to come down and shut down this Executioner. Pompeyo is going to start with the Mega Minion in the back. The Executioner Axe comes back around and takes care of some of the minions. And a beautiful kite on the Ice Golem for the P.E.K.K.A. Cannon Cart's going to come down and try to mitigate this damage that the P.E.K.K.A could do to the towers on its way around. Goblins get logged away from King Joao. The Poison will take down the Cannon Cart, so that Cannon Cart is just going to be a stationary cannon for the remainder of its life. Mega Minion gets to swipe onto the Furnace, not allowing another round of Fire Spirits to come in. And heading into double Elixir, nobody has a pretty significant lead. It's just been Poison and log damage onto the towers for both players here. This is the first match of the Latin American Fall Finals. The top 2 will be heading to London, and I think a fan favorite of these matches is going to be Pompeyo. Everybody's going to be looking for him to move onto the stages in London. And a double Poison here coming on the Graveyard, so Pompeyo does have Graveyard. Minions are going to get played right into the Poison on defense, but a defensive Poison with the recent Graveyard buff after the nerf that it took, Poison is actually a very good counter to it. It can be a 4-for-5 trade, and you can mitigate the damage as much as possible on the tower based on your Poison placement. It can be placed basically directly over the Graveyard, so the P.E.K.K.A is going to be able to take this Executioner down. Cannon Cart, Mega Mini coming in the right-hand side. We might see a Graveyard push on the right. Here we go. Pompeyo going in, Ice Golem, Graveyard. Let's see if a defensive Poison is going to come down. It does. King Joao looking to go in for the aggression here. This P.E.K.K.A is looking pretty healthy. Tornado's going to pull it all back. Let's see if the P.E.K.K.A will still have enough HP to get to the tower. It looks like it won't. The E-Wiz is going to get taken down as well. A beautiful defensive Tornado right there from Pompeyo. But the Fire Spirits are going to be rolling in on this right-hand side. Miner comes down to distract the Cannon Cart. A couple Goblins will get in for some stabs onto the Crown Tower. 1,500 left on Pompeyo's left-hand tower. He might go in for an aggressive push on the right-hand side as soon as he makes sure that this left-hand lane is safe. Executioner going to come down on the left-hand side. Miner's going to go down, distract the Executioner. Log coming in, hopefully trying to get some Goblins, but fails for King Joao. Cannon Cart, Graveyard going on the right-hand side. Let's see if a defensive Poison is going to come down. P.E.K.K.A goes down onto the Cannon Cart. Goblins will come down on the defense for King Joao. Skeletons get a few stabs in, but nothing too severe. A couple trickle shots in on the corners as the Goblins are spreading around. And a beautiful kite again with that Ice Golem onto the P.E.K.K.A. Executioner coming down to defend against the Goblins and Minions on the right-hand side. P.E.K.K.A gets taken down to the tower. Miner might get Tornado to the King Tower, and it does. But the E-Wiz is getting some beautiful value. What a log from King Joao, and the E-Wiz gets about 4 shots on tower. Beautiful damage right there from King Joao, and the prediction log just made it all the better. Might see a Miner coming in on this left-hand side to try to finish this off, but here comes the Cannon Cart, Graveyard push on the right-hand side. Miner's going to go in on the left. E-Wiz comes down to stop the Cannon Cart. Goblins do not predict the Miner. Defensive Poison comes down from King Joao. Fire Spirit doesn't jump onto the tower, and this left-hand tower is just Poison log away. Or is it? Yeah, I think it's 2 HP, because the log does 96, so it'll bring it down to 236 if my math is correct, or 238 if my math is correct. And the misplayed Tornado, the Miner is going to get so much value. Poison comes down, and that is going to be GG well played. King Joao is going to take game number 1 in the set. Here we go, jumping into game number 2. Pompeyo versus King Joao. King Joao is up 1-0. It was a Miner P.E.K.K.A Poison match that went up against Pompeyo's Ice Golem Cannon Cart Graveyard deck. Unfortunately, Pompeyo could not get the connection he was looking for in the first game, but a beautiful Ice Golem bat push on the right-hand side for Pompeyo, looking to get some early damage. Meanwhile, Night Hog Rider going to the left-hand side. Tesla this time in the deck of Pompeyo, and this Hog is not going to be able to go anywhere, especially with the Cannon Cart. Bats come in, and the log comes down to make sure that Cannon Cart does not get anywhere. Beautiful log right there by King Yao. King Yao's logs have been on point in this match with Pompeyo. We saw in the first game that King Yao predicted the log with goblins surrounding the Electro Wizard, which allowed the Electro Wizard to get some decent damage onto the tower that ultimately led King Yao to victory. A huge push coming in on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, the Hog's just going to go lone on the left-hand side. Let's see if Pompeyo has a tornado once he hits 3 elixir, or is he going to take this Hog damage? It looks like he's going to take it, and this tower's going to go into triple digits by the time the Hog is done with it. Inferno Dragon looking to slow roll with this Ice Wiz on the right-hand side. We might see a minor push on the right for Pompeyo with this Inferno Dragon. Let's see what he opts to do. Looks like he's just going to let this Inferno Dragon go and build up his next push. I think that's a smart play from Pompeyo. You definitely don't want to go too aggressive, especially when one of your towers is already down in triple digits. So Ice Wiz are going out on the right-hand side. Bats will be able to clean out this Mega Minion. Cannon Cart started in the back for Pompeyo. Poison Log is going to take care of this Cannon Cart, which will keep the Cannon Cart stationary on the side of Pompeyo, so King Yao does not have to worry about this Cannon Cart. I think that was a pretty decent trade to not allow Pompeyo to get a decent-sized push, and you get some tower damage onto the right-hand side. Tesla's going to pull this Hog to the center. Cannon Cart's going to assist the Hog. Now we're in double elixir. The viewers are rolling in for Pompeyo. Just look at the confetti flying all over the arena for him. Meanwhile, Ice Golem, Inferno Dragon, Bats. Cannon Cart goes in on the left-hand side naked, and it's going to get stopped by a Knight, and Tornado's going to pull the Inferno Dragon back to make sure it does not get onto the tower and heat up damage. Oh, the Hog is actually going to get pulled to the Cannon Cart. Now it's going to go into the center. Second Tesla is going to be coming down. This Hog won't be going anywhere on the left-hand side. Pompeyo looking to make a comeback here. That minor poison that he had before did some decent damage on the right-hand side. Ice Golem's going to stop this Cannon Cart in its tracks. The Bats will help destroy it and put it in cannon mode. We'll see if the Bats can take down this Ice Wiz with the Ice Wizard most recent buff. It's going to one-shot the Bats. Minor Poison going in on the right-hand side. Here comes a Hog Rider going in. Tesla's going to pull it to the center. The Minor Poison's doing a lot of damage. Tornado pulls the Minor to the King Tower. Inferno Dragon's going to get taken down by the Ice Wizard Crown Tower. And there's just 78 hit points. Math is OP. 78 hit points separating these two towers. Minor's going to go in on the right-hand side. Cannon Cart's going to lock the Knight. Predicts it. Poison is going to come down, keep that Cannon Cart at bay. It's going to lock onto the Ice Golem. Cannon Cart's going to take down the stationary Cannon Cart. It might be able to take down the Knight and roll in for some damage onto the tower. It's going to lock onto the tower, and Pompeyo is going to take game number 2. GG, well played. Go game number 3 between Pompeyo and King Yao. Pompeyo made a comeback in that last match with a minor poison Cannon Cart Tesla deck. And King Yao looks like he might be opting to go back to his original minor P.E.K.K.A control with the Furnace in here. So let's see who's going to be able to pull away this match. Mega Minion's going to chop down these minions. Meanwhile, regular Fire Spirits coming down from Pompeyo. Expo. Ooh. Yeah, King Yao does have the P.E.K.K.A, so this might be a tough matchup for Pompeyo. Fire Spirits will get trickle damage onto the left-hand side. Ice Golem comes down to distract the P.E.K.K.A. Let's see if this P.E.K.K.A is going to get a shot onto the Expo. It does. Expo is shut down. This is not looking good for Pompeyo. King Yao is up a little bit of elixir. Goblins will kite that Mega Minion around. Here comes the Minor going in on the left-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A predicts it. Fire Spirits jumping onto those Goblins. Take that down, and this Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to have to be accounted for. Minions will do the trick, and these minions might get some trickle shots onto the left-hand side. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3, 4, 6 shots because the first minion got 2. So 6 shots onto the tower from the minions is not what you want to see. Furnace comes down, Expo comes up from Pompeyo. E-Wiz going to go down to distract the Expo. Mega Minion coming in to chop down the E-Wiz, but the E-Wiz retargets the Expo onto the Goblins, and this Expo barely has any health. I think it should survive the remainder of the Furnace, yeah, especially with the log in there. This is not looking good for Pompeyo heading into double elixir. Minor Poison does beat Expo, not to mention the fact that King Yao has a building and a P.E.K.K.A. So this is just the ultimate mismatch for Pompeyo right now, but we have seen these pros take down counter decks before, so it would be nothing out of the ordinary, especially at a pro of Pompeyo's level. be able to come back from this match. Minions are going to go in the left-hand side. Tesla comes down to distract those. And this Tesla's going to be popping up and taking care of the Fire Spirits. So, beautiful Tesla placement from Pompeyo, making sure the Fire Spirits do not get anywhere near the tower. P.E.K.K.A comes down on the defense. Ice Golem's going to try to tank as much as it can. Mini P.E.K.K.A rolling in here. P.E.K.K.A gets slowed. Goblins come in. Beautiful log right there. Let's see. Miners on the Expo. Fire Spirits are going to jump onto it. The P.E.K.K.A does not get a shot onto the Expo. Mega Minion is going to get distracted by the minions. Expo's going to lock onto the furnace to see if the Expo can get some trickle damage onto the tower. No, the log is going to come through. Not even a bolt gets out of the Expo onto the tower for Pompeyo. So Pompeyo's going to look to cycle another Expo, but King Joao just has so much elixir. Furnace comes down in the center once again. P.E.K.K.A is going to take the aggro of the Expo. Fire Spirits will get some trickle damage onto the left-hand side, dealing about 269 per hit. So that's pretty decent. Poison Log comes in onto the Expo. Expo's going to lock onto the furnace for a couple trickle shots, and Pompeyo's not able to get through anything onto King Yao's towers. I think the only damage that King Joao has received has been a couple log hits. Just trying to knock back P.E.K.K.As and Goblins and everything else on the left-hand side. Mega Minion predicts exactly where the Miner's going to go, so Miner's going to get 3 shots onto the tower. Nothing more, nothing less. Expo comes down on the right-hand side. P.E.K.K.A's going to be able to come down with barely enough elixir. King Joao looking to roll in with the minions. Fire Spirits are going to come down, jump onto the minions. Mini P.E.K.K.A and Ice Golem are going to come down to distract this big P.E.K.K.A. Log's going to have to roll through from Pompeyo here to take down these goblins. The Expo is going to lock onto the furnace, and this might be the connection that Pompeyo is looking for, but the poison's going to come down and take a lot of health off of that Expo, and it's going to get a few trickle shots, but nothing too severe. Pompeyo is already back to another Expo. Miner's going to go in on the right-hand side. Expo's going to lock onto the tower. The Miner didn't come up in time. Log comes down to try to predict the Fire Spirits, but it wasn't able to, and this Expo is going to get some serious damage on the right-hand side. Thanks coming down the laughing. You see Pompeyo smiling. Both of these players just having fun with it. And Rocket Log. Rocket was Pompeyo's last card, and Pompeyo is going to take set number 1 over King Joao.